You don't mess with Texans.
Especially if they're vampires.
You are now watching WhoDooTV.
Welcome to WhoDooTV. I'm Jared.
And I'm Hoosier.
Today we are talking about Volume 1 of Redneck.
That's right, yeehaw! Donny Cates and Lisandro Estherren are doing an amazing knockout job on this book, and I'm enjoying it. I like vampires. I like vampire stories, and this big, huge Texas environment that they're in with the Bowmans.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Man, this book is just incredible. Even the title of this, I love the title of it. It's about vampires in Texas, and it's called Redneck. I mean, where do vampires go if they want the blood? You know, it's just like every bit of this book is just so good, so well thought out. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get into this book a little bit. We'll try to remain somewhat spoiler free, but some things might come out. So it's just best if you guys just read this book. It's that good. I would just automatically say that at the top here.
Right. And this book is all about a family, the Bowmans. The Bowmans are a family in East Texas, and they figured out how to kind of live amongst the humans and make things happen, and they own their own barbecue joint, and so they raise their own cattle, they drink the blood from the cattle, and the meat gets off to the barbecue joint, and that's their business, and they buy more cattle and live that way. They've done it for a little bit of times, but a lot like the Hatfields and McCoys, they have a family rivalry with the Landry family, and it's all coming to a head in this book, and you get some really cool characters, and you get a really cool story, and a lot of this book settles around the Uncle Bartlett, and what Uncle Bartlett's story is, and how he became a vampire, kind of how he became a vampire, and just their connection, their family.
Yeah, and it's such a great choice to choose to follow Uncle Bartlett here, because he's not actually anybody's uncle. He's just kind of that guy that's been around for a while. But within his story, he came and joined himself with this family. He's been with them for so long, so he's a part of the family, yet he's not a part of the family. And that's a really interesting dynamic in this book, how he relates to everybody else. He's kind of got this level head about himself, and he wants to lay low, just like, JV. He's the
patriarch.
Yeah, he's pretty much the patriarch of the family. Yeah, the one who's kind of calling the shots. Other than Grandpa upstairs,
who wants to be calling the shots, and he wants things to go back to the old days, where vampires weren't just hiding; they were out killing people and taking names and sucking them dry. And so we get that with that power struggle with JV and with Grandpa, and then we also get to see the kids wanting to get out. They want to get out of this house that they're in, and they want to go have fun, and they kind of want to feed a little bit too, and they're able to control themselves. But all to one night when something happens, and one of JB's sons, comes up dead. All the cattle are drained. And, they're left to believe Uncle Bartlett did something he shouldn't have done. Yeah. And it's all this adventure of trying to figure out where this comes to and how this plays out with this family. It's going to be a huge change for them. And we also we get to see more of the conflict with the Landry family, who has been legacy of drama between these two families. And it's all over, just petty things.
Yeah, I mean, originally it was all about a stolen horse.
Right.
But now, the Landrys know exactly who, these vampires are, and it's just generations and generations of Landrys going after these guys. It's just a really interesting book. It's really insular, so it just focuses on, pretty much this one family and the Landrys. And so the Landrys are the antagonists here. Yet we've also got these internal conflicts within the family themselves. It's just so well put together. It doesn't need to be bigger than that, you know. The group, especially if these people, they're immortal, they've been around for hundreds of years. Of course, they're going to be isolated from everybody else, especially if they want to live amongst the humans in a nonviolent way, which is JV's goal. It's just, I don't know, it's just such a good book. the way it works. It's definitely, I would definitely put this in a horror category. So if horror is not your foray, like you might want to, you know, hang it right in front of this one. But if you just like a good story too, I mean, just grab this one. It's quality.
And it definitely builds around a whole family, a lot like Black Hammer did. It's kind of what I kind of portrayed with that. But it's a good horror, you know, but it's there is blood. I mean, it was so well done where it's not, I don't know, like where it just seems just like a good comic.
And, you know, the artwork definitely contributes so much to the story as well. Lisandro Estherren, he it's almost this sketch style where things aren't so clean. It's very lots of suggested strokes within the artwork, but it works so well. It's messy and it's dark and it's, you know, you can't really see things for exactly as they are, you know, and that really feeds into the story of you know, something deeper is going on within this family. It's just fascinating. It works so well.
Right, it does. It does play very well, the combination of the story and the art team together does put a cohesive story together. It's giving you everything you need to get this story and fully digest it itself. All the way around. I loved the way it read. It was a good book. It was a great story. And it does leave you just waiting and wanting more.
Totally. And I gotta say, thank you to Donny Cates for kind of keeping the mythos of the vampire true. I mean, there's even scenes where, you know, people are feeling burnt by the sunlight and, you know, even burnt by a crucifix. You know, it's kind of, he's going away from the shiny skin and like these other weird ways people have tried to explain this away. These are true vampires, and I love that so much. So let's score it up. What do you give this
book?
Man, you know, I've just been singing the praises of this one. I think Donny Cates he's got a great future ahead of him. I think he is this great up-and-coming author. I know he's got like some Marvel books now, and he's just doing some like great work. I think we're going to be speaking his name for a number of years. And this book really shines that. Estherren has just killed it with the artwork. It works really well for this book. He knows how to tell the story through his pen strokes, and it's great. All of it comes together. I mean, I have to give this one a 5. I mean, it's just that quality of a book. And I don't know. It's just great.
Yeah.
What about you?
This book, you know, totally keeps the attention. It draws you in with the story. It does give you this great, like I've said it a couple times, that family feel and that connection. It tugs at some heartstrings within it, about, you know, Bartlett and him just not at times feeling alone, like he's not part of something and unwanted, and then how he is part of something, and just it's ultimately just very good. Like you said, Donny Cates is awesome. He's one of my favorite up and coming. He's not even up and coming. He's there, and just what he's done with, you know, God Country and Baby Teeth, and what he's doing right here with Redneck is impressive. Estherren, he has matched it perfect. You can tell he loves the characters and he loves his story as well, because he is connecting with it and he's connecting with the readers as well. All around with this and where it goes, and it doesn't leave a whole lot of questions, but yet it still makes you wanting more, and there are questions to want to ask. Just continue makes me want to keep reading it. I'm giving this a 5.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Now you got to speak with Donny Cates about this book a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Can you reiterate?
Rose City Comic Con.
Yeah, Rose City Comic Con. Can you reiterate what he said about the character design?
So it's pretty cool, and I love it about him. And he, you know, he's like, he's saying that most of these characters are all about people he knows and friends he grew up with. And it's funny because Donny Cates was, you know, basically talking about how he wrote God Country about West Texas. He wrote this and it's about East Texas. He's from Texas. Mm-hmm. His characters are about his friends that he knows and people that he lived around. And he's basically, yeah, I'm a big phony. I'm a big fraud. You know, I write about things I know, which I think is genius, though. He's writing about things he knows, things he cares about. And but he's done it so well. And I do think it's funny that these characters are, you know, mimicked after his friends. They're basically look like him. Some of the, he didn't even change the names. So I think it's great. And while we're sitting there, one of his friends comes up and he looks just like JV. And they're just like, oh, that has to be JV right there. That's hilarious. And so I dug it. He's a cool guy. Donny Cates, thank you for your work. And I look forward to what else you're going to be putting out in the future. So you guys viewing, you know, Donny Cates been out a little bit. If you have read him, what's your favorite Donny Cates title? Is it Redneck? Or is it that new Thanos book? Or Doctor Strange? Which one?
Hey, if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button below.
There's also that subscribe button down there too. Make sure you punch that. We'd appreciate it. Follow us at Twitter at WhoDooTV, also on Facebook.
And we'd like to thank our friends over at OutrightGeekery.com. Be sure to check them out. They got all sorts of nerdy stuff on there.
Links down in the description. Thank you for watching WhoDooTV. We appreciate you guys.